What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of ForneverWorld. In today's episode, we've got some stories to talk about. Now, for starters, we got a couple of pieces of Boruto news, in particular regarding the next couple episodes of the anime. Some good news, and then some bad news. So yeah, you're gonna be able to see the both sides of the coin, I guess you could say, regarding this upcoming news regarding the Boruto anime. Next up, a couple of pieces of Chainsaw Man news regarding the author, in particular regarding something he said moving forward now that he's not going to be in Shonen Jump anymore, that he's going to be in Shonen Jump Plus, alongside a little extra treat that he gave fans with the completion of part 1 and looking forward to part 2 alongside of the anime for Chainsaw Man. Small update for Dr. Stone, small update for Kaiju number 8, and a pretty significant story regarding Shaman King that has fans around the world extremely upset with the new upcoming anime that people were highly anticipating. Fans are right now furious with the latest announcement with the Shaman King anime. So yeah, it's gonna be a doozy. And yeah, people, that's the stories that we got for today. So without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of Whatever News! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done.
Okay, people, so for starters, let's talk a little bit more of Chainsaw Man. The author Tatsuki Fujimoto recently released a teaser illustration to thank people for their support over the completion of Chainsaw Man's Part 1 and as well for the upcoming Part 2 and TV anime. And it's of Denji with a little girl. If you haven't read the manga, then you don't know who that is, so I won't spoil. And Denji is looking back, which it kind of reminds me of that meme where the dude is walking with the one chick and then he's looking at the other chick from behind him. So I don't know if that was inspired by it, but yeah, really awesome illustration. Feels like it kind of hits close to home to a certain degree for me, so shout outs to this one. But also, he had something else to say recently, because Tatsuki Fujimoto also said that the biggest reason he liked the switch to Jump Plus is because nothing leaks out. He says there are things like Code Geass and Parasite that are more enjoyable without knowing anything, and that he wants to do something similar, which is very noticeable in the final arc of Chainsaw Man Part 1. Which, yeah, when it comes to manga, and until we get to that day where everything is digital, there is constant leaks. I talk about leaks all the time, and I've definitely slowed down on it. Like, that's why I stopped doing Forever Leaks. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I just cannot wait until we get it, and I think that the move to Jump Plus not only is a good thing for these leaks, you know, avoiding all that stuff, but he gets to go way over. If people were like, yo, Chainsaw Man feels wild and shit like that in Shonen Jump, imagine what he's going to be able to do in Shonen Jump Plus, where the rules are very lax over there. Okay, people, next up, let's talk a little bit of Boruto. For starters, a recent image was leaked for the upcoming episode. I want to say episode 189 of Boruto is an image of Kawaki, and looking at this image, oh my god, this is probably going to be the best looking episode of the entirety of Boruto, and probably better than a good chunk of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden episodes, because this art of Kawaki, it looks phenomenal. It looks incredible. I can't even believe it. I just can't wait to see what the animation is looking like, how fluid it's going to look, how much Sakuga they're going to use. But in terms of art, this looks like an opening visual, and this is actually from the episode. So if this leak is any indication of what this episode is going to look like, the rumors regarding the Boruto anime with the next episode being fantastic and incredible might be true and might be coming to fruition, because holy shit, I cannot get enough of how incredible and awesome this image looks of Kawaki. And that was the good side, because remember, I started off this video saying that the Boruto anime has 2 pieces of news, one of which is good, which 189, I cannot wait for that. But then we got some bad news, because episode 190 apparently is going to be a filler episode, and I'm not sure how much more is going to be filler, but it says here the episode is called Escape, and that will be March 14th. Kawaki is detained in the laboratory. Kawaki, who has been seriously injured, is being held in the scientific ninja tool research lab. Kawaki is hostile towards Sumire, who is kind to him and taking care of him. So it seems as though they're going to be bridging some sort of relationship that doesn't exist in the manga between Sumire and Kawaki, which I really hope that they keep the filler few and far between. I mean, I get it, you know, the manga will catch up real quick if we keep doing canon, but we're in the midst right now of incredibleness. Episode 189 is going to look magnificent, but I just hope that the cost for episode 189 being so incredible is not going to be like oh yeah, you know, we gave you guys the goods, but now we're going into filler hell. Please don't. Like, I had an idea of where I thought they were going to go in terms of adding filler, like once a certain portion of the story gets to a certain place, like it would make more sense. But now, like after episode 189, like is that going to be the appropriate time? There's still tons more to do before we get to that point. So hopefully they don't just start bombarding us with filler at a cost of like, yo, episode 189 is one of the best episodes ever, but 190 and now we about to fill that ass up. Pause like a motherfucker. And another piece of information also said it seems to be an anime original episode since Kawaki is not back at Konoha. Instead, he is at a research lab where Sumire is, which again, that never happened in the manga. But we gotta wait and see either way. Like, yo, the good and the bad. Take the good and the bad. Okay, next up, just a small update for Dr. Stone. Apparently, Dr. Stone will be holding a popularity poll to commemorate its 4th anniversary. I mean, I'm not nowhere near caught up with the manga. I'm an anime only. I'm on where we're at right now with season 2. So who would I vote for in terms of a popularity poll for Dr. Stone? I guess I'd probably vote Senku. Like, Senku is really, really dope. I guess the only other character that I could think of off the top of my head that I would vote for would probably be Tsukasa. Like, Tsukasa's a badass, and I love how he's just trying to change the whole world. And he has, like, a good mission overall of, like, purifying the world, but he's still a badass, and he's still a villain at the end of the day because he's, like, about to destroy a bunch of people and kill people and shit like that. So, yeah, I'd probably vote for Tsukasa or Senku, or if they have the opportunity, like what they've been doing with a lot of the polls recently, I'd probably vote for both. Okay, next up, a small update for Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8, in case you missed it, I talked about it many months ago now. It's a manga that is in Shonen Jump Plus. The MC of it is like a little bit older. I want to say he's in his 30s at that particular point of the story. And yeah, it is a bona fide hit that is unexpected because you would think like, oh, it's in Shonen Jump Plus. It's not in Shonen Jump. It's not going to be a big deal. But yeah, this shit is going crazy because apparently Kaiju number 8 has a total of 1.2 million copies in circulation with a breakdown of 1 million copies in physical and 200,000 copies in digital, which also gives us an idea of like physical is still kicking digital's ass, but digital is catching up. Like 200,000 in digital, 1 million in physical. Little by little, that shit will change, and once we get to a point where digital outdoes physical, that's where all the importance is going to be put on digital. But yeah, major congrats to Kaiju number 8. Hands down, I have no doubt in my mind that that shit is getting an anime. And yo, like, you know, you think with Shonen Jump Plus that, oh, Chainsaw Man 2 coming there is going to be the flagship title, but you never know. Kaiju number 8 is starting to become like a juggernaut, and I could very well see Kaiju number 8 and Chainsaw Man battling it out for flagship title of this platform known as Shonen Jump Plus. And either way, again, Kaiju number 8 already a hit, massive hit, and it's a little bit different, so shout outs to it. Not to mention that Kaiju number 8 is the fastest Shonen Jump Plus manga to reach 1 million copies in print, which again, historic. Okay, people, and lastly, last night, I'm not gonna lie, it has been a war zone over on Twitter. A lot of people, not just the normal Twitter outrage, like a lot of people in general, people that normally don't get outraged about stuff, has been very upset with the recent announcement regarding the Shaman King new 2021 anime that I believe it's coming starting next month. Like, we're just about to get it. There was a trailer that was recently released for it, and alongside the trailer was an announcement that Shaman King is going to be a Netflix anime. According to this, it says, new Shaman King anime's English subtitle trailer reveals Netflix streaming in 2021. Netflix posted an English subtitle version of the new promo video for the new TV anime of Hiroyuki Take's Shaman King manga on Wednesday. Unlike the Japanese video, which lists an April 1st television premiere for the anime in Japan, Netflix video only lists a general 2021 release. Which, in case you don't understand why people are upset, is Shaman King is about to go to the gutter. The hype is not going to be there at all because unless you pirate it, Shaman King in the West isn't legally going to be available to us for like 6 months to God knows how long after the premiere this April, meaning we're not going to be able to get our hands on it unless we pirate it. So essentially the same way 7 Deadly Sins, like right now the anime is airing, but we won't even have access to the legal English subtitle version on Netflix and shit until like 6 months from now. The same shit is gonna happen with Shaman King, which means that there's not gonna be no hype, nobody really is gonna be talking about it, and it's gonna be dead in the water. And it's just really sad and ridiculous. I don't understand why the Western branch of Netflix doesn't understand that things like this, when it comes to anime, you gotta release these episodes weekly. I understand they like to throw everything out at one time, but when it comes to situations like this, there needs to be exceptions. If you're gonna license this, you're killing the titles. 7 Deadly Sins, I honestly think would have been 10 times bigger than it ultimately was if it not been for Netflix grabbing the license. Like, honestly, Seven Deadly Sins was on fire before it even got an anime. And I thought with the anime, around that time, I want to say Seven Deadly Sins was coming up around like the time My Hero Academia was coming out. And I was like, neck and neck, like, but Seven Deadly Sins is probably going to take it. Once Netflix got the license and we got to wait 6 months after the Japanese release to get the episodes, it was dead in the water. And more than likely, the same thing is going to happen with Shaman King. And it is such a freaking shame. I was very, very excited about this. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely going to check it out once they put it all. But from my understanding, isn't this going to be like a long-running, ongoing series anyway? So how the hell is that going to work? Like, this is just so bad. And I think Shaman King Netflix jail was trending on Twitter and shit. Like, people are very, very upset. And again, not the small, normal vocal point of Twitter. A lot of people worldwide are just like, this is horse shit. And hopefully Netflix understands, regardless of what their practices is, that you can't do that when it comes to these weekly anime. You are killing the fandom. You would be a lot better off releasing these episodes week to week. And if you need to get sponsors or whatever the case may be, do it, but put that shit out. And overall, it really sucks. Shaman King, I'm gonna watch it when it comes out, but similar to what happened with the Seven Deadly Sins and why it's not as popular as it should be, minus the fact that they already messed everything up with what they did of season, what was it, 3 of the anime with the animation and all that. In general, it would have been way more popular if they just released it weekly, so that way we could all be in on the hype. Okay people, so this is one of 2 bonus stories I wanted to include in this episode of Forever News. For starters, this story in particular is about Hellsing. Hellsing is amazing, so I wanted to talk about this, although it is gonna, I'm sure, be a little controversial because people absolutely hate the live action format. Because according to this, it says Amazon is developing a live action Hellsing film with the John Wick writer. Already it's like mixed there. Like, of course everyone hates live action anime adaptations. They almost never turn out good. There's very, very few examples that are like, oh shit, that's a good live action adaptation. So that's immediately going to make people feel a certain way. However, John Wick writer, people love John Wick. It says entertainment website Deadline reported on Thursday that Amazon Studios is developing a live-action film adaptation of Kota Hirano's Hellsing manga with Derek Kolstad, John Wick franchise writer, Marvel's Falcon and the Winter Soldier executive producer, on board as screenwriter. The project's producers include Kolstad himself, along with Automatic's Brian Cavan Jones and Fred Berger, Ranger 7 Films, Mike Callaghan, who secured the film's rights, and Ruben Lieber and Solubi Fish Productions' Jason Lust. This could turn out really good. This could turn out really bad. Being honest, I am very, very, when it comes to these situations, pessimistic, because we've had our hopes up many, many times and they've been dashed. I mean, Death Note Netflix, we thought maybe, and that shit was, a train wreck. So we gotta wait and see, that's all. So we got a trailer and then of course the actual show. I'm not going to hold my breath. Of course, too, it takes like 100 million years for these things to come out over here. So again, we gotta wait and see, but at the very least, a John Wick writer does sound promising, and Hellsing is awesome. Second bonus story: Attack on Titan manga breaking records, but not in the way you think. No. Apparently, Attack on Titan manga breaks record with Titan-sized print volume. Kodansha is attempting to break the Guinness World Record for largest comic book published by issuing a new Titan-sized print of Attack on Titan's first 2 chapters. Kodansha has released some images demonstrating the scale of the book, which is reportedly 6 to 7 times bigger than a regular volume, aka tankobon, and holy shit, they have like a woman standing next to it. She's probably, I want to say, maybe like 5 foot, 5'2" or something like that. And it's about that size, and this shit is huge. They got a couple of other images of her reading the book. Holy shit. It says the 96-page volume will be available for order on Kodansha's online shop from March 6th. Whoa, oh, you can actually order this shit with a limited 100 print run. When all 100 copies have been sold, the Guinness World Record will officially recognize Attack on Titan as the record holder. If you want to own your own Titan-sized book, do note it will cost 165,000 yen. Oh my god, $1,500, and orders are expected to be delivered by May. The current record holder is the Brazilian comic Turma da Mônica, created by Marcio de Souza, produces and published by Panini Brazil, which was over 7 feet. And yeah, that was back in August of 2018. I mean, it'd be rightfully so, right, with the Colossal Titan and everything. I would love to own this, and to be honest with you, this is gonna be something that's gonna be worth money. If there's only gonna be like 100 printed, yeah, 1,500 is an astronomical amount of money, but I could see this running off in 20 years, 30 years from now for a significant amount. So who knows? Maybe if I could get my hands on it, I don't know. That's crazy money, but yeah, it'd be worth it. And it just looks freaking insane too. Like, imagine that in my backdrop. But I'm curious what you guys thought about today's stories. For starters, Kaiju number 8, 1.2 million, a Shonen Jump Plus title. You know that's freaking incredible. Your thoughts on that? Boruto anime, the big hype of 189 looking incredible, but 190 going to filler. Your thoughts on that? Are you disappointed, excited, a little both? I mean, they say the good with the bad, but god damn, come on, no! Because again, I can't really remember if the following episode titles like indicated that we're going to canon, but if they're going to this research lab that never happened in the manga, this could be a... ugh, I don't want to think about it. Your thoughts on the Chainsaw Man author's quote regarding Shonen Jump Plus, and what did you think of that interesting drawing? I just can't wait, man. Just give us Chainsaw Man already. Like, I'm tired of talking about, I can't wait for it. Just bring it. Who will you be voting for in the Dr. Stone popularity poll? And Shaman King, your thoughts on the Netflix jail? Oh man, yeah, they're killing it. It's gonna be dead on arrival at the very least in terms of hype. It could be dope, but yeah, don't expect Shaman King until possibly end of 2021. And your thoughts on any of the stories we covered in today's episode. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga. One life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of Whatever News. Have an awesome day.
So just go to